Okay. Am I live? I think I am. It's been a while since I streamed on my my travel setup. I have just one monitor, my laptop, and make sure things are working. If you can see or hear me, hopefully both, let me know in chat. Should be live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm using Restream to multi-stream. Okay, we got some people in Twitch chat. Had people waiting in YouTube chat. Got a super chat before the stream began from Toothless to Point. I do appreciate that. So, yeah, Title Tuesday starts in less than 14 minutes. We see the countdown here. Thank you to John Tapp. I do have alerts muted for this stream because I'm not allowed to use headphones. I'm also on a 10-second delay. The usual Title Tuesday rules. I'm using Proctor. I have a second camera, my phone kind of next to me. I hope this is okay. I asked the proctors if it was okay, and they said everything looks good. So yeah, I think I'll probably play one warm-up game before the tournament begins. Good to see a lot of people in chat. Do let me know where you're watching from. I see Gabriel from Zimbabwe. Got Jono the Rock from Hong Kong. Got Italy. There's a question from Elliot ST. How do you learn new openings nowadays? Books or online resources? Usually a combination of things. I like following top games and getting inspiration from like strong grandmasters. These days especially, like at top level chess, GMs are usually very well prepared with cool ideas, novelties. But then I use a combination of database, like Masters database, Lichess database, Stockfish, and then sometimes other resources like YouTube or courses, ChessMood as well, if the openings are covered on ChessMood. Recently, I did have a few lessons with Grandmaster Avetik Grigoryan of ChessMood, and he taught me a new black repertoire against e4 and d4. So today the goal is to try out my new black weapon. And last week I did start playing the French attack, which was the first time playing it in in a serious tournament online. And it worked really well. I scored 4 out of 4 with the French last week. So I'm hoping to keep the perfect score. And now I'm also going to incorporate the Dutch attack, which is d4. I'll start with e6 and then c4, then f5. So let me play one warm-up game, make sure things are working fine. Thank you to NameChange42. Thank you, Mike Boy. Again, I hope everything looks and sounds okay. I just spent the last like 20 minutes setting everything up. My travel mic. I forgot to bring my dongle. I'm on a MacBook Pro, and I brought my mouse, but my mouse can't plug in without the dongle. So I'm using my trackpad. Okay, here we go. Time for the Dutch attack against a London. This should be fun. See if I can remember what to do. If c4, then I'll play bishop b4. I did post the lesson all about this opening, I think about 12 hours ago. It was a very early morning post. Okay, d6. And now I'll develop, I think the queen goes to e7. Let's play h6 first. Some g5 ideas. Yeah, with this. Again, this is slightly new territory for me, so I have to figure out what to do. I guess that makes sense. Maybe knight e4, maybe g5 first. My king wants to stay on the king side with white advancing. Rook c8. That is kind of annoying. Let's play this. If a6, I'll have to retreat. Actually, a6, can I take? Might be not working for me. Yeah, I wanted to take on c3, but it doesn't work. Okay. Probably not the best position from the opening. I'll try and make do. Take. Doesn't work. I have to play king d8. The king will be staying in the center. Yeah, sometimes with playing a new opening, it takes some experience to get the feel for the position. Bishop d7, I guess. Bishop g7. I am suffering here, though. There's queen h7. Want to keep the pawn defended. I'm going to be a little bit slower with the trackpad. It's harder to draw arrows too, because I'll have to like do the 2-finger click. So there will probably be less arrows than usual this stream. Take. Oh dear. That's very, very strong. Let's leave the tension. Maybe this? I'm thinking bishop e7 and rook f8. I'm down on time. Position looks really ugly. My queen might maneuver to a8. I still want to use the f-file. It's like the one nice thing about this position for black. Half open f-file. Keeping all the tension. Maybe h5 at the right moment. Wow. Is my queen getting trapped? Bishop c4 is coming. Oh no. Take. Okay, I guess I have to just deal with it. Bishop c4 still comes. Oh no. Wait, how do I stop this? b5? He's preventing bishop c4. Okay, the only thing that can save me is time, which might also destroy me. Take. It's a good move. Yeah, this is a really bad position. Start pre-moving. Uh-oh. Good move. Eleven seconds. Any stalemate traps? Oh no, my king. Okay. Not the best illustration of how to play this Dutch attack. But it's a lesson to take away. I wonder what I'm supposed to do. When white doesn't castle, and white plays this quick a4. Maybe I should have played a5. But I didn't like allowing the knight to come to b5. Thankfully, that game does not count for Title Tuesday. This is the warm-up game. So I had to get all the bad moves out of my system. Thank you, Greta Lapi, for the peace and love bits. Thank you, Matt. Welcome back. Thank you, HBL. Happy 38 months. Aaron138. Mike Boy for Mayor. Yeah, I appreciate all the resubs on Twitch. It is sometimes hard to keep up with all the chatter. But again, if you're just joining, Title Tuesday starts in less than 3.5 minutes. I do want to take away like one or maybe a few improvements from, especially from the opening. Like, was I supposed to play e5? Thank you, Flamewise, for the bits. Maybe things went wrong before. Okay, so d6 looks fine. Maybe h6 was a problem. Maybe I should have... Yeah, actually, now that I'm realizing it, with white playing the setup, it does make a lot more sense to just play bishop e7 and castle. Because it's very unlikely the king will actually go to the queen side. Okay, apparently I don't understand this. d5, e5. This looks like a good transformation for black. I guess there's g4 ideas, which Engine likes. So bishop e7. Am I scared of this? Of knight f8, okay. I assume eventually, like, h6, castle, and then go for g5 or e5. Let's check out the position later. Yeah, around here it's already, like, not looking so great. Especially once the pawn gets to, like, a5 and then a6. This is also interesting. Starting with bishop e7 to keep the d7 square open for the queen, so knight g5, I can easily defend the pawn. So maybe this is more flexible. Okay. I've dropped to 2769. But with every loss, even though there is a drop in rating, there is an increase in knowledge. A very important mindset to have. So, very strong tournament. Hikaru, Magnus, Hans. Oh my. Fabiano number 8. I'm seated. Am I seated top 100? Probably not. Maybe? I'm seated. Oh, I'm seated 94th. Thank you, Mandalorian. Happy 15 months. Welcome back to I'm Oceanborn. 49 months. Saying monthly chess entertainment tax. I appreciate that. I'm doing well. I'm not in my usual habitat, but okay, here we go. So let me hide all the chats. And we're gonna play e6 every game is black today. And let's go for the first Dutch attack of Title Tuesday. Now with this, I was taught that you should usually just go for a stone wall. So d5, c6, bishop d6 is the plan. Again, for those that didn't see the most recent YouTube upload, I did have a lesson in this with Grandmaster Avetik Grigoryan. And we did touch on this sort of position towards the end of the lesson. I remember that if b3 and queen e7. Okay, I'll play knight e7, maybe queen e7 first. And then I'll go for this typical maneuver. White's kind of doing their own thing. Yeah, knight d3 and knight f3 might be coming. And this square is going to be in white's control. But that's one of the things you kind of have to accept playing this opening with black. Let's bring the knight in. I'm not actually sure if I want to play bishop h5 or bishop g6. Could take. Let's take. We did cover structures where, or like one example of a structure where white takes with the g-pawn. White takes with the knight, so I want to plot my knight in. Bishop, maybe bishop h5 first. Okay, a5. Let's play a5. Prevent the expansion. I'm trying to figure out if it's worth taking on f3. And then g5, g4 maybe. Also, if a3, I play a4. I have some decent harmony here. Wow. So take. Oh, my bishop's hanging. I can't take. Do I have g5 maybe? If takes, I take with queen. Actually thinking knight b6 here. Knight b6, c5. Go back. Let's try it. Eventually I want to attack. I have to prove why it's called the Dutch attack. There's also like queen maneuvering and eventually this move or f4. F4 right away loses a pawn. Okay, up a little bit of time. So with f4, white gives me the e4 square for the knight. Guess there is eventual trade, but I don't mind that. Vacating g8 for the rook. Take. Might as well play rook g8. Yeah, if white ever takes, then light squares become very weak. Okay, maybe can I take on c4? Eventually bishop e2. Could also take with pawn, maybe. Okay, this is interesting. Taking the knight to d5. Tickling the e3 pawn. I mean, the knight defends. There is takes, and maybe e4 becomes weak. I might have to retreat here. Very rich position. Okay, there's takes. There's also takes. Start by taking and put the rook on c8. Threatening this. Also preparing the double up. Like rook c7 and rook gc8. Take, take, take. Yeah, I'm defending and preparing this. I know a5 is hanging. Okay, pin the knight. Almost trapping the rook. Oh no. Let's go. Let's go. I felt like I was about to be a victim of a Tetris piece. Look at this. Look at this Tetris piece of pawns. Oh man. I don't know how I survived that. Heart rate 130. I'm undefeated, at least today, with the Dutch attack. Although, no, wait. Entitled Tuesday, because, yeah, the first game I played was a warm-up game of the stream. But that's already a suppressed memory. What a crazy pawn structure. I played this move to try and, like, create a blockade so the queen can't easily get to my king. Maybe I should have taken. Taking actually makes a lot more sense, because the pawn is still pinned. Yeah, I should have just taken. E5 is not a good move. Check the eval. Oh, best move, queen b8. Targeting this pawn and preparing this. Black's actually better. E5 was, yeah, just really, really bad. Okay, thank you, Alpha Peppers. Happy 23 months. Yeah, I feel like I got a reasonably playable position. Engine will typically say white is slightly better in these lines with e5 weak, but the early middle game play did feel pretty natural. But maybe around here I didn't have the best feel for what to do. Engine likes takes in f4. Oh, no, not takes with knight in the f4. Okay, this makes sense to like put the pawns on dark squares to combine better with the bishop. Okay, moving on. Gonna stick with my London. I spotted a question there if I played the early Title Tuesday. I did not. I was up late editing and then posting my video last night. Okay, let's play Jobava. H4. Have I played this player before? Once, okay. Are they going to play bishop e6? Are they going to take the pawn? I think if they're thinking, they probably know the trap here. I've had so many games after queen takes e5, knight a4, and the queen gets stuck. So I don't think black is going to fall for the trap. Yeah, knight c6. I think I take and then a3. And there's still the trap, queen takes e5, there's still knight a4. And I am getting ready to play b4. Hold on to the pawn. I feel like I had this position maybe somewhat recently. Knight g4 makes sense. So b4, queen d8, rook d1. Let's do it. Because a5 is coming. I didn't really think this through. I guess, okay, e5, bishop g3, and maybe I'm threatening f3. I'm up a pawn. Black has some compensation. f3, there's knight h6 to f5. I'm actually wondering about a5, b5. d4, wow. And there's knight e4 now. Knight e4, f5. Check. Yeah, let's play this. I don't know why I grabbed the bishop there. So f5, bishop c4, king h8. Knight d6. f4, take. Oh, I just take. There's enough things controlling f4. Okay, up about a minute. Yeah, this square is really, really nice for a knight. The king should be relatively safe. Maybe there's this idea. And then the d and e pawns would be pinned. Okay, knight d6. Or no, not f3. So knight d6 take should be okay. Now bishop c4 could walk into queen g2. Yeah, now I have a choice. I take the queen first, or take the pawn. Both look playable. Take. Let's do this. Expecting bishop e6. I'm still up a pawn. I'm still up on time. Black can get the bishop pair. If a5, I think just b5. Yeah, this knight is so godly. Bishop a6 maybe. Oops, what did I do? Again, there's some issues with using the trackpad. Not as quick, a little bit clumsy. Castle. Let's trade, take. Also c6. c7 is a big threat. Not easy to stop. Okay. Yeah, it took me a moment to spot c6, but yeah, I think it's just completely winning probably because c7 is not only a fork threat, but also threatening to promote. But white is winning in the final position. Okay, nice game. Yeah, I'm relatively happy with that one. Felt pretty smooth. Opponent burned a lot of time in the opening. Kudos to my opponent for like being aware of danger, not falling into a trap that most people fall into. And yeah, it was an interesting position. D4 might be a positional mistake. Let's see. Oh, engine prefers black. Ah, f5 right away. And then I don't have like bishop c4 check. White's actually much worse here. Okay. I'm 2 out of 2. Yeah, you can see my score next to my name. That was round 2. So I'm tied with Magnus and Fabiano. I could potentially play one of them next round. Thank you, Tessa Thompson. Prime for 8 months. Also, thanks earlier to XI Sparks. Happy 83 months. One of the longest subs of the channel. Hope you're doing well. Also, thank you earlier to Toothless to Point. With a 4.99 super chat. That 4.99 British pounds? Still getting used to what currency is what. I was asking, what is everyone's ELO here? So a lot of people sharing their ELO in YouTube chat. 2,300, 420, 1,250, 1,100. Seems like a big range of ELOs. Thank you, Malefist. Prime for 39 months. So a little bit of time to kill, just waiting for next round to start. Oh, big thank you to Tim as well, who says, thanks for all great content, and then something about 1B3. Okay. I do appreciate the support. I'm not the biggest player of 1B3, but I know some people enjoy it. Oh, thank you, Daoud Ethniel. 27 Swedish krona. KP Koi asking, do you plan to travel to Egypt later in your life? Yeah, it's definitely on the bucket list. Never been to Egypt. Only been to only one country in Africa. Went to Senegal in 2019. I'm not sure when my next big trip will be. Like maybe for chess, maybe just for vacation. So next game I am likely to be black against like a very strong player too. And if I'm black, I'll play e6 on move 1. Oh, I'm playing Danya. I'm white. Okay, here we go. Good luck to Danya, who's also streaming. He was also maybe using Proctor too. We were chatting last week off stream about the challenges of using Proctor sometimes. Okay, Danya's underrated. He really should be like above 3100. Here we go, playing my usual London. He usually likes to play c5. Okay, I'm playing his Jobava London course against him. This should be fun. He does have a course on this opening for white, together with Grandmaster Bortnik. And I bought the course, I think it was like a year or two ago. But in the course, he recommends queen d2 and not taking on c5. So, okay, this is... Wait, what is this line? Taking queen d2, I think? And this is very similar to my last game. Like, if queen a5, it will transpose. I should have checked the improvement, because I got a bad position. Okay, of course he's going to be aware of takes and knight a4. So he might also play knight g4. And then we'll have the exact same position as what I had last game. And I know that it was like minus 1.5 after what I did. Okay, knight d7 is a bit different. I think I have to play b4 now. I'm scared of e5, f5. Oh, but then I have knight takes d5 maybe. Alright, let's try and just complete development. e5's probably coming. Do I have b5? No. Maybe rook b1. Yeah, there's takes rook a3, which is slightly irritating. Knight d1. Danya's doing Danya things. There's also rook b3, but doesn't look great. Maybe the knight will redevelop to d3. Takes a lot of time, though. I feel like I'm about to get, like, smushed. What's the right word? Smushed? Like an innocent bug. He has a space advantage. I'm still up a pawn, though. What to do? Castle? f5's probably coming. f5, f3? f4, bishop f2, maybe? I'm restricting the knight. Knight e4 would have been kind of painful. Knight f2. Okay, I'm finding some setup. Oh wow, that's attacked. Rook b3 maybe. Rook b3, take. I don't like my double b pawns, but I have to fend off the attack. Oh dear, f4? Looks so bad. Wait, is there bishop e5? Take. No. Okay, f4. f4, there's just takes, but then I take with pawn. Take. I feel like I have to try this. It looks so bad. I'm still up a pawn. I'm threatening now to take. My queen is safe. What happens if I take? Oh, there's pawn takes. Oh dear. But then knight h3? No. What about e4? Is a fork? Take. e4, knight e3. Gotta try it. I really don't like going into these tactical lines against Anya. At least I'm kind of stabilizing, except not really. Take. Okay, let's play this. What's material? I'm down a pawn. No, material's equal. But positioning it looks pretty bad. Oh, that was hanging. Okay. Let's not give up. Bishop. Take. I'm getting ripped apart. I have to take. Maybe I can set up some dumb stalemate trap. The problem is I have a pawn. Which, okay. It was quicker to play till mate instead of resigning. Good game, Danya. He played well. I got in trouble. I'll admit I didn't see bishop h6 coming. I didn't like fully realize the bishop could converge with a rook on e3. Everything went downhill from there. Yeah, it seemed like he had a very good feel for the position. Let me check the opening though. I should really take away like some theory lesson here. So knight c6. Oh, engine actually prefers queen d2. Maybe there's some nuance. I guess queen d2. Black is likely to go into this line, and then we could transpose. So, okay. So what do I do here? a3 is best move. So my previous opponent played knight g4, but knight d7 is also very logical. b4 is best. I did have a very slight advantage after the opening. Bishop e2 is fine. Oh, I should have just castled. Rook b1 is still a fine move, though. But castling makes more sense. Just, yeah, connect the rooks ASAP. Okay, I thought rook b1 is logical. It gets off the file, supports the pawn. The problem was black got a ton of initiative. So all of this is still fine. F3 is... even F3 is fine. But I think we got a position that's much easier for black to play. Because it's so hard to conclude on b5. Like, naturally, I want my pawns supporting each other. Also, b5 allows queen c5. Ah, but then bishop e5. Yeah, so knight f2 is probably maybe the biggest mistake of the game for me. And after this, like, what to do? I tried f4. Yeah, he crushed me. I had to find some engine moves. So he was threatening knight h3 to win my queen. It was a good game, though. I feel like my mistake that game wasn't, like, super obvious. It was just more about not fully understanding the danger. And I'm probably going back. I should have just castled to not allow the rook to come in immediately. So anyway, again, during these games, I don't look at chat. So sometimes I miss people subbing or saying things. Thank you, Brunswicker, subbing with Prime for 31 months. Who says, greetings from vacation in Magnusland. I assume that's Norway. Let me know, yeah, again, let me know where people are watching from. Usually have at least a few Norwegian viewers and a few vacationers. There's a question from Pablo Alvarado in YouTube chat. Any book you'd recommend for beginner? You can go to my website, iamrosen.com, and there's a page with all my book recommendations and resource recommendations. Also use the books command in Twitch chat. Anyway, let's move on. Playing down, time for a French or Dutch attack. Okay, Dutch attack time. We're going to see g3. We do. Yeah, this is expected at a higher level. Let's play queen e7, preventing this. If a4, I play a5. And again, I'll go for this bishop maneuver. So again, I have to mention that I'm playing this because I had a recent lesson with Grandmaster Avetik Grigoryan, teaching me how to play the Dutch attack. And yeah, let's just complete development and go for g5. I feel like a5 is typically a useful move here. I definitely have to get a better feel for these positions. h6. Let's go for g5. We might see f4 like that previous game, but then I have knight e4. I do want to create the possibility of playing f4 myself. So e3. Play queen g7. As e3 discourages f4. Also considering bishop g6. The bishop's actually more useful here. Some x-ray vision against the queen, maybe setting up, never mind. h6, I think. Keeping tension. Yeah, very similar vibes to the previous game I played in this. Opponent has played a lot of the same ideas. Yeah, b4 makes some sense. I should really start playing on the king side, but how? Take. Let's start with this. I'm not sure what I want to commit to yet. I don't want to show my cards. Like either this or take and then like rook g8. I think the bishop actually belongs back. Play this. Interesting. I just want some better scope on the G file. I think I'm threatening now to take. Am I threatening though? Take. B5 might be coming. B5 take. Depends what white takes back with. The G pawn can't take because then the queen's overworked. Wait, I have a I have take and take. Then knight b4. That still might be okay though. Take knight b4. Rook a7. Oh, it's interesting. White's really tempting me. Let's do it. Hmm. Take. This is very committal, but it's interesting. I wanted to play b5. Doesn't work though. I'm not sure about this. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah, I'm just worse here. Still some fight though. King f6, bishop e8, attack d4. Yeah, it's still interesting. Bishop b5. Actually, I might be playing for a win. Or a loss, I don't know. What's happening? Opponent disconnected. That's not how I want to win. I was expecting this. I was going to play bishop d3. And then anything can still happen. Wow. Yeah, I don't feel great about that. Also, I think my my heart rate broke. Yeah, my watch just stopped working. I have to reset it. Yeah, it was an interesting game. It is kind of anticlimactic though. My heart rate was definitely higher than what it shows. This will take a moment to reset. Anyway, I'm still undefeated with the Dutch attack in today's Title Tuesday. 2 out of 2. I'm 3 out of 4 overall in the tournament. 1 point behind Fadi, who's still perfect. Yeah, it's possible my opponent's internet stopped working. Maybe there were server issues. It is really too bad when things like this happen, though. Especially like very late into the game where it's still an interesting position. So we do have the usual break after round 4. I'm trying to reconfigure the heart rate. Also trying to catch up with Twitch chat. Heart rate says 0 BPM. Oh, okay, now it says 85. There we go. Okay. Should be working again. Okay, so now it's time to be a bit more interactive. Actually, before I read too many comments, I do want to quickly check the game. Let's close this. Okay. I feel like I'm going to get these positions more. Again, engine will give a slight edge to white. Kind of the nature of playing the Dutch. G5. Engine says G4, which actually is interesting because that guarantees to get rid of the pawn on F3. And then knight E4 is then pretty much guaranteed. But it gives away the F4 square. Feels unnatural with the bishop too. And yeah, once we got here, black is doing fine. And maybe I was a little bit too slow. Engine likes H5, which actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, just go for H4. And I shouldn't be too scared about taking. I can always take with knight. Maybe I should have taken first. Yeah, I didn't really see this move coming, but it did cause me some issues. I went for this. And then here I was feeling scared because white just has a gun on the B file. B7's gonna eventually fall. I guess I did what I had to do. I still managed to keep some winning chances alive. I wanted to play bishop b5 before the rook could get in, but I could have played rook d2 first. Yeah, there was no reason to play bishop e5. And then d4 is in trouble. Actually, rook d2, the d-pawn can't be defended. Because if rook here, I have bishop here. So white would have to go for counterplay. Okay, it still should be a draw. Let's check the final position. White was better. Yeah, white was sneakily threatening this idea. Final position. anything can still happen. And king f2 and game goes on. There's a question, have you ever been to Finland? I had a layover in Helsinki for about an hour. I think it was in 2021, like coming back from Sochi. But I didn't really have time to enjoy Finland, even the Helsinki airport. I was told to get the salty licorice, which I kind of failed to do. But I would love to return and actually like see the country of Finland. Heard very good things about it. Ideally in the summertime. But maybe in the winter. Saw something where you can like get an Eskimo, or not an Eskimo, an igloo hotel and then see the northern lights. Maybe become an Eskimo. Question from Vineet in YouTube chat. Can you visit India this year? I could if I book a flight and maybe plan a trip. I don't think it's likely though this year. Sometime in the future. Another country that's on the bucket list. Now, there's a lot of chess events, probably even more frequently nowadays in India. There's some discussion about Harry Mack in YouTube chat. During last week's Title Tuesday, I did play the my collaboration with Harry Mack during one of the breaks. He did rap to me playing Levy in a bullet game. Anyway, moving on, playing Demchenko in pre-movie 6. Again, this is my new opening repertoire. Lessons with Avetik Grigoryan are on YouTube. There's two videos, one covering e4, one covering d4. So we have a French, I'll play bishop d7. I think this is the strongest player who I'm playing the French attack against. Hopefully I can actually attack. See how he deals with it. I think I can leave the tension for the time being. Probably eventually take. Actually, maybe just take right now. And I remember there's two plans. There's c5, knight c6, or like starting with bishop e7 and then knight c6. Let's start with this. We'll be flexible. Yeah, this is a so-called romantic plan, like knight c6, queen d7, castle, and then attack. And these ideas are very, very frequent in this structure, like g5, g4. Play h5 first. I don't think there's a huge difference. I guess knight g3 might be coming. Take. Okay, the attack is beginning. g4 on tap. Knight e3. Yeah, so take, g4. Knight has to retreat. I have some idea bishop, never mind. As soon as I mention that, opponent prevents bishop g5. f5 might be coming, so I might have to take. Take queen d7 and castle. Try and use the g-file. Here I probably have to take. Okay, I want to get the knight to e7 and f5. I have to defend the pawn first. Because 97 immediately would plunder the pawn. Oh, white's gonna sack. Which I guess I'll allow. I have to. King b8 take. It's a big question. Do I keep queens on the board? I think I have to start with this. If we trade... Rook d7's coming. e6 might also be coming. Yeah, it feels bad to just bring the king back. Maybe I should have played queen e6 first. So I do want to trade rooks and then bring my king to e6. White might not allow it though. Bishop e7. If the bishop moves, I have some g-file pressure. Always have to watch out for e6, e7, which I guess white could play right away. Oh, there's e6, bishop f4, but then the e-pawn becomes weak. Wait, e6, rook e8, bishop f4, what do I do? Take, take. e6, maybe I start with rook f8. Wow, now this? Oh, bishop f4 is still coming. I can't stop it. Take, take. Yeah. I have to fight. I want to pressure the g-file. It's hard. This bishop's so strong. Can somehow get to g2. It's like kind of like a maze. Rook f3. I have to like worm my way around this move. You just need one open file. I'm alive. I'm alive. Oh, wow. I was so close to winning that, too. So close. Insane game. Oh, man. But hey, I'm still undefeated with a French attack in Title Tuesday. What a game. Yeah, I was on the verge of winning on time and in the position at some moment. It felt really close around here. I guess Rook F2 saved everything, though. Okay, no time playing Jospum. So I'm 3.5 out of 5. No time to even get my heart rate back below 100. Okay, let's play this. And G6. Try and play a solid setup here. I still want to play natural moves. Queen D2, Rook E1, F4. Now bishop here will attack the pawn. There's also Rook D1. Rook D1 is kind of tricky because now I'm threatening to attack both pawns, which he allows. Maybe F4. G5 and H4 ideas. There's B4. Like B4, B5. Mm-hmm. I want to play bishop here and then take the knight and then knight F6. Could just go back. Taking. Just go back. Put the queen on D4. That's still tricky. Hmm. Bishop b5 idea. Into c6. Never mind. Oops. I'm panicking. Still interesting though. What to do? Oh man, this looks so risky, but it takes rook to e7. I have knight f5? No. Yeah, I messed up. There, take. Had my chances this game. I really messed up. Running the check. Never resign when you have a knight. Oh no, my knight. Okay. GG. What to do? Crazy game. Yeah, I got wild here. I had no time to calculate. Maybe I should have waited? Although maybe it's already, like, bad. My knight got sidelined. I should have played this. And then take, and then... Yeah, it should just be a draw if I play 97. Oh, black is still fighting, though. King f8, take... I have to choose whether to play king c3 or knight c3. Yeah, it's still tricky. I had a great position earlier in the game. I don't know exactly what I did wrong. Yeah, it's like almost +4 here. Oh man. Engine likes knight f5. Wow. Completely crushing. Ah, this would open up the diagonal. I failed to see tactics. The tactics could have been very, very nice there. Playing Austin Tang. I saw the last name, I got scared. Maybe a distant relative of Andrew. Okay, it's French time. Or Dutch attack time. Here we go. Okay, so we covered this a bit. I think I just play h6 immediately. Again, I don't really know so much theory here. I should play b6 first. I play knight c6, rook b8. Let's try this. Oh, now can I do my thing? I want to play knight a5 eventually. Maybe right away. And trade the bishops. And the goal is to play positioning against the pawns. d6 first. d6 allows queen a4 check. And d5 might be coming. Can I play c5? c5 take. Let's try it. Now e5. And this is what I want. Pawn on d6, knight on a5. And then... yeah, it's very, very positional. Again, I had a lesson recently. It's the most recent YouTube video with Avetik Grigoryan. And we covered exactly like this sort of structure against white's double c-pawns. And the ideas do involve attacking, especially the c4 pawn. e5 doesn't work, or e4 doesn't work. Just rook f7. Slow play a little bit, maybe g5 and attack. My gun. I'm probably threatening to take and then take on f1. That's interesting. Want to maintain the pawn here. I probably want to slide over just to have access to the g file for one of the rooks. Some ideas of pushing the h pawn. This pawn nicely restricts the knight. Queen is still tied down to c4. So it's nice, the knight and queen kind of cancel each other out, meaning I have an extra queen versus knight on the king side. Okay, h5. Yeah, my gun can maybe shift over to the g file. There's also ideas now of f4 maybe. f4 allows knight e4 though. So how to do this? h4 first. Maybe rook h7 coming. I'm gonna play queen h6. Idea queen c1 and win c3. Queen c2 might be possible to counterattack. Ah, no, queen c2, I take the pawn. Queen takes f5, knight e3 with a fork. Should be good. Take, queen f6. There might be perpetual on that line. Now I have to calculate. So take. Could throw in a check. Check there. Queen f6, rook there. Take there. Oh, it's just a draw. Wow. How do I do this? Maybe e4 first and then take. Okay. It's mostly intuitive. Now I take. Now e3's destination for the knight. Attack the queen. Queen e3. Do I not have anything? Take. Knight g4, I guess. Oh no, knight g4 doesn't work. I misplayed this. Okay, now knight g4. Let's just draw. Okay. Chess is a draw. At least I didn't lose. But I got what's happening. Wait, what? This is really strange. Give me one moment. Another Proctor issue. It's like this happened to me a couple of weeks ago. Now it seems to be fine. Hey, it's Phoebe. Thanks for the raid. Yeah, if you're just joining, it's titled Tuesday. I was just getting some like warning message on Proctor. I'm trying to figure out what caused it. I have a second camera off to the side. Shout out to Phoebe. Hope you had a good stream. Yeah, the great opening this game. A great middle game. And then, yeah, around here, like I wanted to take the pawn right away. Quickly analyze. Calculation was takes 93, but I think this is a draw. Because takes, and then check, and then my rooks can only do so much in blocking the checks. Here, takes, here, and it's a classic draw. So it's good I didn't go for that. Actually, okay, I found one of the best moves, pawn e4. And then take. Okay, f4. Yeah, I guess f4 makes sense. And then just trade and get the queen in. I attack the knight, or attack the queen with a knight first. And then, like, gradually misplayed it. I still felt like I had winning chances, but got tricky, and then I was worse. I was fortunate not to lose. I think in the ending, I was like very close to losing. Yeah, here, rook a2 immediately. And then I can't actually win the pawn. But white was a little bit slow. Oh, white can just take here. But white never took. Allowed me to keep the pawn. It's still winning. But here it's kind of hard to win. Rook c5, I push. And king c6, and the king has shelter. And the pawn's ready to push. Okay, I should have lost this game. Am I undefeated with black? Had a couple draws. Yeah, I'm undefeated with black, right? 4 out of 7? Already forgetting. Forgetting what round it is. Yeah, that was round 7. I had 2 wins in the Dutch. Both were a little bit shaky, but wins are wins. And then I had that draw in the French, and then this draw also in the Dutch. I mean, to be fair, the games are not really determined in the opening. Like, I think all my games were determined at like key moments later on. And the black repertoire I'm playing, like this ChessMood, French attack, and Dutch attack, it is recommended for players below 2000 elo. But I'm still trying to play them at a high level. So I guess they're most effective at the sub 2000 elo. Also playable in Title Tuesday. Oh, thank you, JH. I offer $100 if you achieve a new Blitz rating record before July ends. Up for it. Games need to be on YouTube. Oh, that sounds interesting. Yeah, let me let me play this game first. I do plan to play and stream a lot more in July, so it could be a fun challenge. All right, let me focus. Chats are hidden. The bishop d6 is usually what people play in this move order. Yeah, with bishop e5, I'm trying to transpose into the main line, castle and c3, which we do get. Yeah, I think I would be up for that. Like, I'm always trying to chase my peak anyway. Currently, I'm a little bit far away from my peak. I think I peaked back in February 2901. So I'm just under 150 points away. Okay, I'm happy my opponent's thinking here. This is a pretty venomous line if black's not prepared. Not only am I attacking this, I was also threatening to take in queen a3. And now I have the half open c file. And so life is still good. This might actually be a line. Knight b3. I think I'm still winning the pawn though. Yeah, it's actually slightly annoying. Black gets some compensation. 95, I guess. Wait, 95 just takes... That doesn't work. Take, and then 95? How do I do this? Take. I'm giving back all the time. I'm not sure what to do, though. Take. I guess there's 93 looks wrong, though. 93 blunders. So take, 95. Queen b7. This is not what I want, but... Yeah, I'm not sure what I was supposed to do there. I'm gonna go for this line where I give back the pawn. Oh, do I have knight d7, though, after takes? Queen e4, take... Queen c4. Yeah, I don't think that works. We'll just go for this. Probably just equal. I do have the 2-on-1 majority on the outside. b3, a4, rook b1. Actually, a4, I just take it. And there's still life in this position. Or is there? Yeah, I'm definitely not better. And there's still some imbalance, though. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Just trying to hold on for a draw now. Objectively, it should be. Actually, it's looking very shaky. Okay. It should be a draw now. Still tricky. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of wondering about how close we were to repetition, but I guess that answers that. So, another draw. Um, I think I'm okay with the results. I was feeling comfortable in the opening, had the time advantage. Opponent walked into this thing, but I think found a good reply. And I'm not sure if white can actually keep any edge here. I do want to check the line though. Ah. Okay, this makes a ton of sense. I should have just been patient. No need to take when the pawn is still pinned. And black is threatening this to prevent me from castling, so I should just castle. So simple in hindsight. And then I'll win the pawn next move. Okay. Lesson learned. I mean, this is more about like understanding rather than like memorizing. Maybe a sign I'm not in the best form. But okay, after this, is white's still better. Engine likes takes. I was scared of this move though. My king is just stuck. So I'm 4.5 out of 8. I've lost. How many games have I lost? 2? I lost to Danya earlier. And Jospam. 2 of the very strong online blitz players. We do have another break, so do have a bit of time to kill. There's a question from Johnny Quest. Why no fork for material? Yeah, I tried to explain this briefly during the game, but let me explain it on the analysis board. So it does look very obvious that knight d7 is a fork, which it is. But before playing such a move, you kind of have to be aware of the danger. And oh, I didn't even see queen h5. I was calculating queen e4. Take, and then queen c4. And it's actually force mate for black. There's no way for white to defend. I guess queen h5 is even more powerful, just threatening mate immediately. I have no time to take the rook. Yeah, there's no way I'm playing this line. Like king d2 is not human. I guess the point is queen d3. But with the open c file, half open b file, this looks somewhat self-destructive. Yeah, if you're just joining, There's a question, didn't he draw Jospim? I did have a great position against Jospim. I was like +4 at some point. That should have been a draw, but then I lost. I did draw strong Grandmaster Demchenko with the French attack, so that was maybe one of the highlights so far. Thank you, Shyla. First time sub. Matt is asking, ever thought of doing Scrabble content with virtual? I've seen in some of his Scrabble videos. That could be cool. Yeah, I'm not sure how much Scrabble he's playing recently, but I'd be open to it. I do have I actually have an over-the-board Scrabble tournament coming up that I've been preparing for off stream. So I've been studying a lot of words recently. There's actually a big Scrabble tournament coming to St. Louis this summer. It's called the Word Cup. I think it rotates cities every year, but I might play in that as well. I played my first over-the-board Scrabble tournament almost exactly a year ago. I got my first rating of 1200 something. I actually won a prize. I won like $100. I won the lowest division. It was super fun. Oh, there's a question from the Data Digest. Oh, I did receive, yeah, the Data Digest has been doing some like interesting statistical analysis of Title Tuesday. I did see your email, but I haven't had a chance to like look through it super closely. I do intend to check it out, maybe even share some of it on stream. Big thanks for crunching some numbers. I'm not sure what my rank is in Missouri or nationally, but my my rank for Scrabble in Missouri is probably better than my chess rank. I think I'm probably at least top 20 or 30. And for chess, I'm not even like top 20 in St. Louis. Is 1200 Scrabble equivalent to 1200 in chess? So they use the same sort of rating system, but it's not like if you're what's a good equivalent? Basically, if you're 2000 or 2100 in Scrabble, you're I think considered a grandmaster. Pretty sure the highest Scrabble rating goes up or is like currently 21 or 2200. So 1200 is I guess a decent like club level player. But I'm still getting a sense of like how the ratings compare, and I'm not sure like how volatile they are too. I guess I'll find out soon, my next tournament. I think the Grandmaster title works differently in Scrabble, where like I don't think there's any norms. Sometimes there's like strong Scrabble players in chat to answer all the Scrabble questions, but I think it's more based on like what percentile you are among other players. Anyway, moving on. We'll pre-move e6. I'm pretty sure I'm undefeated with black today. Been having a lot of Dutch attacks. This time we'll have a French. Knight d2. Okay, we'll play this one. Knight c6. Oh, knight b3. Opponent seems prepared. I assume just f6 and do my thing. Oh dear. I'm out of prep. Oh no. And my device is connected. Why is it giving me that? Like it says on the device it's connected. This is super annoying. Bishop e7. I'm in some new position and this thing keeps flashing about what to do. Knight b8 even. Bishop a6 take. Okay, let's try and troubleshoot this. Like it literally says it's like the session has started. And it shows the camera. This happened earlier too, but not during a game. Okay, let's focus. Okay, I'm just trying to get a stable position down about a minute on the clock. Knight g5 there may have been more painful. Actually, I have knight moves. Okay, so some a5, bishop a6 idea. This looks playable. Ooh. Okay, this looks less playable, but still kind of playable. I really want to play c5. b4 is coming, so let's play c5. I'm actually excited to look up the theory after this game, like what to do against knight b3, bishop b5. My opponent was clearly booked up in some sense. c4, take. I think I have to play c4. Yeah, it's not the happiest bishop. I might do this maneuver that we sometimes see in the Dutch. Let's castle. Do I need to castle? It's a useful move. I don't think I want to trade queens. Oh, there's nothing I can... Oh my... Yeah, I dropped a pawn. Opponent misses it though. Okay, let's focus. I messaged the one, hopefully like a human proctor to maybe disable whatever's happening. Okay, I have a plan. Bishop a4 to c2 to e4. Hmm. There's a famous game, Capablanca Janowski. Capablanca used the same maneuver. G5 now. I probably have to sack on d3 at some point. Yeah, that was a bad move. Just allow takes. Okay, this is what I want. Opponents failed to punish me a few times this game. Still down in time. But some hope. I'll be down a pawn. Rook will swing to the a file, maybe. Like king f7. Let's open the f file. Okay, that's a skewer. Queen f3. Knight d3, queen f3. And then knight e3. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Oh, it was so frustrating during the game. Like it's impossible to focus with whatever this bug is. Again, I have a front-facing camera. I actually have two front-facing cameras. One for the stream, one for Proctor, and then I have the back-facing camera, which is my phone. And during the game, I was getting this message that it was disconnected, but it's always shown. It always shows this, which says device proctoring started, gives me the option to end session, but shows the camera preview. So I'm not sure what the issue was. Yeah, I was talking to Danya last week after Tylo Tuesday, and he was having like a lot of issues and bugs with Proctor too. So like for some weeks it's fine, but other weeks like there's very glaring issues. I can't restart the app because yeah, it's connected to the stream, and if I'm not logged in, it will give me a 0-point buy. So anyway, let's just try and get through the tournament. Okay. I'm just seeing if there's anything the proctors can do to like alleviate the situation, but I don't think they have too much control over like the technical side of things. Anyway, I'm still undefeated with black. Yeah, this game I should have just lost. I got very bad position. I blundered the pawn on h6. But the opponent didn't take it. And then later, I made a pretty bad mistake of, yeah, playing a5 too soon, just allowing this. And my knight would have been forced back. But then the knight was able to come in, and then I was cooking. Yeah, white's rooks did not, or never entered the game, really. Okay, moving on. White, I'm 5.5 out of 9. There's 2 more rounds to go. Okay. Let's focus. When knight takes, then I take and win c7. I think this is a playable gambit, though, which I don't feel super comfortable going into, so how do I want to do this? Bishop d3? Bishop c4. No, e4 doesn't work. There's a funny line, queen a5, king e2, bishop f3, king f3. Wow. Bishop c4. Bishop c4, and then wait, this. There's bishop a6. Take. Okay, let's just play positionally. Bishop a6, probably rook c1. Okay, here I thought I have this move. Hitting this and this. Initially, I was calculating this and spent some time looking at 95, and then... Okay, here I win the pawn. There's also knight g5. I think this might be stronger. I want to take with knight and then exploit the king. I'm not scared about bishop g2, just rook g1, even taking first. Knight a5 is kind of scary. Take with bishop. You have to watch out for 94. Kind of risky position. Bishop a6, king f3. d5. Trying to cement my bishop. Also win c7. Knight a5 take. That seems insane, but I think the king is safe here, being hugged by the bishop and pawns. And once the knight moves, I'm ready to take on c7. Take. Almost plunder the knight. Dangerously low on time. G6, H5. Start with this, threatening maiden 1. If takes, it's actually just mate. Rook E7. Take. Yeah, this should be game over. I didn't win immediately there, though, so game keeps going. Ooh, bishop F1. Annoying. What is this? Seriously? Okay. Almost let black have some fun there, but okay, I was able to maintain control. I'm 6.5 out of 10. One more round. Thank you, Dyer Hoffman. Appreciate the super chat. Yeah, it's kind of a shaky game. And the position looked really good here, but yeah, my king was always a little bit unsafe. Knight G5 was a good decision. Oh, I probably should have just taken with knight. Yeah, because then I'm attacking a lot of things. Knight H5 looked kind of scary. Then I can take with check. Okay. Yeah, I really thought I would just be mating around here. Black was able to trade down a bit. Maybe it's better to keep queens on the board. Ah, knight f7. Yeah, knight f7 actually finishes things a bit more cleanly. Anyway, we have one more game to go. Denlau's in clear first. Some players tied for second. I have a nice palindromic rating, 2772. And again, if you're just joining, this is my only title Tuesday of the day. I didn't play the morning one. I was up very late last night into this morning, editing and then posting the most recent YouTube video where I had a lesson with Grandmaster Avetik Grigoryan on the Dutch attack. And I've been having fun with the Dutch and the French this tournament. Still undefeated with black, even though the games have been maybe slightly shaky, slightly wild. I should also note that it's still June, so we still have the June promotion with ChessMood. If you want free access to all the courses on ChessMood through the end of the month, you can go to chessmood.com/Rosen. All you need is an email to get access. No payment info required. Okay, final game. We'll pre-move e6. And we'll have a French exchange. So we had our lesson just over a week ago in this. Yeah, when white commits to a4, I'm pretty sure castling kingside is the way to go. Remember, Avetik made this comment that you can stay flexible and then wait for white to show their cards. The same thing applies to b4, I'm pretty sure. So this might actually be more positional. It makes less sense to pawn storm with my king on g8. Queen b3 might be coming. I have knight a5. Maybe knight d8 and c6. And then well, there's some maneuver. At this point, I'm kind of just improvising. I still don't have too much experience in these positions where pawn structure is a bit more symmetrical than usual. But there's definitely still some imbalances. Ooh. That's scary. Can I take and play e4? If I take the queen, yeah, that doesn't work. I think I have to go for this. Oh, is there bishop h7? Take, take, take. My bishop gets trapped in them, but I have rook. I don't have rook f5. Crazy line. Maybe I have g6 on the end. So I'm calculating takes, takes, takes king g8, pawn takes e5, g6. And then the queen's attacked and probably has to move away from defending e5. Okay. d5 is kind of attacked. King h8 or c6. And this makes sense. f3 might be coming though. f3 g6 maybe. Let's start with this. So f3, there's also knight g6 takes and then knight f4. And this is what I want. Both knights controlling f4. Okay, let's double up the rooks. Bishop g4 is coming. Just allow it. f5. Queen f7 coming. Maybe I make a gun. Bishop g4 is still an idea. I have knight f4. Take and then check. I think it's okay. So the point is takes, I play this. And then I attack the queen. I guess there's queen g4, but then h5. Wow, queen g4, h5 traps a queen. I control e2. The queen is the queen lost? Takes? I guess there's bishop g4. Rook takes g4. And then knight g3. And then I take with knight or bishop on f4. Maybe white's only try there. Queen g3. Taking with bishop is kind of funny. Takes, takes, takes. I have knight h3 in the end. Wait, it's material. Takes. There's also knight takes immediately. Let's do this. Okay, up material. Still a fight. I don't really want to trade. Kind of have to. Misplaying this. Almost trapping the... Oh, wait, I am winning material. Pin that. That's still tricky, though. So tricky. How do I untangle? Ah! Oh. My opponent was so resourceful. Oh, I'm so sad. I guess it's losing in the end. Or is it? If I get this move in, because takes there's this and I control c8. And if takes, I guess there's this. And the king's exploitable. Yeah, it's still a fight. Ah, I should have... I hesitated. I have two legal moves, and of course king g8 just loses instantly. Okay, that's my first loss with the French attack in Title Tuesday. But still had a super fun position. I mean, this game was not determined by the opening. Such a nice tactic, too. I burned time. So before taking the queen, I burned a lot of time calculating this and this. Both moves looked interesting, but it does kind of lose material. Like if takes, the point would be knight h3. And I was trying to find something in this line, but I should have just taken the queen more quickly, I assume. Let's see. Oh, bishop f4 works. So I rejected this because queen takes g5. Wait. Yeah, queen takes g5. Take, take. I saw queen f5, but then I saw bishop here. And material-wise, it's rook and 2 bishops for queen. But apparently, oh, white has no way to defend against knight h4. Wow. Okay. GG. GG. I still maybe have to do another compilation of playing my new opening weapon in Title Tuesday. Got a nice handful of French and Dutches today. So I do hope people enjoyed the chess. Yeah, I really don't know what the issue was with Proctor. It still says my session is active. Usually there's someone to like help with technical support, but they never replied. But thankfully the problem didn't persist. So, let's see who won the tournament. Ooh, Denlaz in clear first. Fabiano's fighting for second place. Yeah, this should be a draw. Yeah, this is just a fortress. I think black could even like pre-move the rook back and forth. Oh, this is even more of a draw because the rook will keep giving checks. Okay, 68th place. Could have been better if if I managed to convert the final position. But still had fun. A lot of exciting fights today. I do appreciate all the nice energy in Twitch and YouTube chat. Do stay tuned for more streams and YouTube content. I'm not sure how active I'll stream these next few days. I did post the what, like nearly 15-minute lesson on the Dutch just over 12 hours ago, and have some more YouTube content in the pipeline. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks again, and see you guys soon.